sure you feel the vibes.
Look, it's been a long time since we had an opportunity to have a day like we do today, and that is to just talk birds. So sit back, relax. Let's get into the show. GNT right back at it one more time with your boy Bird Gang in the building.
Yo, what's going on, GNT world? Hey, look, me and Cap here for a special edition since our, third leg of our team is away on vacation enjoying himself. But we get to talk about the birds is only right since those Dallas Cowboys are officially eliminated.
Officially. And we don't have to worry about hearing any like pipe dreams of, hey, we still have a chance. We can still make a wild card. Nope, and nope. Cannot happen. It's done. It's done.
Sorry. It's over.
Sorry, Tom. But it's only Finn, Joel, that we talk about this last game and the things that's been kind of bothering me about this whole entire thing, right? It feels like we lost.
I mean, I just feel like everybody wants to chime. You know how you from a positive standpoint, everyone wants to say like a silver lining. With Philadelphia and Philadelphia sports and Philadelphia fan base is always, but it's always something. So here's like my biggest rebuttal about the whole thing. So for the longest, everyone's been begging Nick Sirianni or the organization or the team or the coaching to run the ball. We finally start running the ball. Now everyone's like kicking and screaming about passing. You know what I mean? So it's like one of those things is like, pick your poison, what you want to do. You know what I mean? I feel like, like we're on a crazy winning streak and we still seem to try to find issues and with this team or make issues, at this point, you know what I mean? Or ask questions and kind of like, read into them a little deeper than they are, and stuff like that. And it's like, listen, I think honestly, like he just had a very, very bad game as far as from decisions go. And I mean, Jalen Hurts as far as decisions go. And, not looking at his check downs and taking off and running and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, it's like we escaped a win. I don't care what anybody says. I mean, that Carolina Panthers team the last couple of weeks been playing a lot better than they have been all year. And in addition to that, like the biggest strength that they have on that team is the defensive line, which we saw, on display on Sunday. And, you even, I don't know if you got a chance to hear Jordan Mailata speak about the game immediately after. And he was like, that's not the same team that we saw on film. And that's not what we, was expecting, on heading into the game and seeing what they was going to, present to the O-line. And, that defensive line was causing havoc. And then the other thing a lot of people, discredit or don't think about is like this team has nothing to lose. They don't have their backs against their wall. They playing free. They playing to have fun. Some of these guys are playing for future positions, future contracts, and they're going to just do the best they can on the field because they're like, listen, man, we get to do whatever we want. That's the reason why this team wasn't taking those 3 points down when they were in the red zone instead of taking the 3 points. On a few occasions, they kept going for it on fourth down because they wasn't really playing for nothing. So when you have a team like that and then you got bogus tip pass that Thielen caught that led to a touchdown
No.
that drive. But it's like a lot of those things that if you were playing a team that had a little bit of better record, they would have took the 3 points, and you wouldn't have gave up seven. You know what I mean? It would have been three and out and a field goal, whatever it is. But
Right.
it's just a lot of things with what happened after was like more of the story. The game itself was, hey, look, you know what I mean? Sometimes that's how things go. It reminded me of like just a team playing down to that their level. But however, I don't want to take anything away from Carolina because their defensive line was great. The offense was a little shaky. They were just taking a lot more risks than they normally would if there was a team in contention and had a bit better record. But all in all, it is just like the noise and a lot of things that were said that didn't need to be said after the game. You know
Yep.
what I mean? Those are a lot of the things could have been said behind closed doors, but that's my take on it right now. As of right now, I mean, we could go back and forth on it.
No, I definitely agree. And my biggest problem with the whole entire thing is, all right, you're 100% right. Carolina has nothing to play for. They have absolutely nothing to play for, so they're playing free. And on top of that, they've been playing tough the last like 3 or 4 weeks.
Yep.
I mean, we can't discount the fact that Bryce Young is a number one overall pick a couple years ago. We can't take that away. So the talent is there. We saw the talent right there, but now he has confidence to go along with it, with his talents. And then now he has a wide receiver, even though he's old, he has now a wide receiver that he trusts. That's something he didn't have last year. You know what I mean? Or something he didn't have in the beginning of the year, at least. Carolina will be a good team in the future. And they make it seem like it was like, like we was playing against a bunch of bums and that's it. No, that's an NFL team with NFL talent. And that defensive line played well. Now, do we want better when it comes to the offensive game? Absolutely. But defensively, they still only put up 16 points.
Right.
That's all you can ask for a defense. Less than
Yeah.
20 points. That's all we can ask for.
Yeah. The other thing too that was interesting because I actually didn't know it. I'm not even gonna say and act like I knew about it, but I didn't know he had local ties where he was born in the area, so obviously you had
Yeah.
ties where he probably had a lot of family here. So like when a lot of the times when there's two things in any sport, anytime someone's playing, in their hometown or where they're from, they tend to show up and show out. And then the other thing is when you play like a team that you just came from. Case in point, like when Saquon played the Giants or stuff like that. So you got a lot of things like that played a factor in there, and I don't want to say like, you know what I mean, like, hey, look, Carolina's a good team, this and this and that. They just was playing with nothing to lose, with house money. They're like, look, let's work on a couple things that we've been working on in practice. Let's, throw a couple wrinkles, especially on defense. It's like, hey, you know what we're up against. You got a team that's gonna sit there and play against the run. You know what I mean? Let them try to pass or do whatever they can. You know what I mean? So they were throwing a lot of different defensive schemes and looks at this team because, like, that. I encourage you guys, if you guys didn't hear the immediate reaction from Jordan Mailata right after the game, he even said it. He was like, "This ain't the Carolina team that I saw on film. Like they were causing us a lot of problems, during the game because there was a lot of things that they installed specifically for this game, and it posed a problem, man. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, they got the job done. It was ugly for sure. It was an ugly win. Could have we've done better as an offense? I think early in the first quarter. First off, the first drive was weird in itself. Saquon came out, had the big run, and then he went away. Something about
Yeah.
equipment issues. He went to the sideline. They had to
Mhm.
adjust his equipment, whatever the hell it was. And then he wasn't even involved in the first drive. The second drive, he comes out, and then they're drawing up QB draws when Saquon's running for 5-7 yards at a clip, and it's 3rd and 2. They take a sack. Now it's fourth and 5 now. You know what I mean? When he took the sack, he kneeled down. And I'm just saying they're like, yo, what's going on with this play calling? But I mean, I don't even want to keep going about that. I think the bigger topic is going to be more so what happened after, and it's a lot to talk about with that.
Yeah, we definitely have to get into that one. Once again, more drama for no reason at all, because the one like we should know all that inside stuff that's going on. But anyway, just finishing off on that. This if this wasn't the typical trap game, like I don't know what is. This was the trap game, and especially with all
Right.
the stuff that happened in this game. Like you said, Saquon Barkley equipment issues. We never seen that before, man. We never had equipment issues. Why am I frozen? Anyway, we never have we never have a guy that have equipment issues like that, and he's so dominant to our offense. And that happens. The tip ball when it comes to Thielen,
The Thielen catching it, yep, extending that. That
like
was a fourth down. It went for around
yeah,
fourth down. And that's what I'm saying. Like, you
trap
got a
game.
team that's playing with house money that knows, like any typical team that think they will be in it and had a decent record, they would have took the three on a few occasions, and they
Yep.
went for it. So you got that, and then look what happens. Fourth down, they get a tip pass. It was one of the linebackers, I believe. N'Kobe Dean probably tipped it, I believe. One of the no, Carter tipped it. N'Kobe Dean was
Yeah, Carter.
actually, yeah, Carter tipped it,
Mm-hmm.
and N'Kobe Dean's looking at it, fell right into Adam Thielen's hands, and he caught it, and then everyone's just looking like, what the hell? But those are the type of things that play right there signifies like exactly what happens when you're playing against a team that's just like, yo, I don't care. I know we supposed to lose, but we gonna try every single thing to come away with this victory. And it was on this full display, man. Just a team playing with house money. They're just like, look, let's just work on the things we've been working on in practice. Let's have fun. Because you even see it in Bryce Young's face, where he was just having fun. He's like, man, we ain't even supposed to be playing. We ain't even supposed to be like be in this game, but we are, and we gonna keep trying to score. You know what I mean? So, but shout out to them, man. I mean, it speaks to that team and that coach, because that's a young coach. I think it's his first year, Canales, and man, Chuba Hubbard was running pretty good. Like, you know what I mean? They was really trying to put their best foot forward. They knew their record. They knew they were outmatched talent wise and stuff like that. None of that mattered, and they did their thing. You know what I mean?
That would have been their Super Bowl if they would have won. That would have been their victory hat because they went toe to toe with KC. I mean, every team that they played within the last month, they played extremely well, including us. So that's a tough team, and they're going to be a tough team for years because that's going to be a young team as long as they keep on building around Bryce. Now they know for sure they have a number one quarterback in that locker room. So now you can go ahead and literally build on what they have with them. So I mean, sky's the limits for those guys. I mean, I don't see the Eagles, going downhill because we have an extremely young team too. So they got to contend with some monsters, meaning us. But they're going to be there. They're going to be in the conversation within the next number of years. But speaking of conversations, my man Brandon Graham, bro. Okay, when you talk like having pillow talk and then bringing it out into the world. That was Brandon Graham in that press conference, man. Like, what was he thinking, bro? Like, come on.
Listen, I was so disappointed, man. I'm like, why? Why would you say that? Like, I mean, even if I'm not saying that, hey, like if it's not true, like he didn't have to. That's the thing. That's why they asked, like he actually did a follow-up interview and try to do damage control and all that. Oh my God, man. It's like, bro, we right at the top of the NFC. And it's like, bro, like, do we really need these distractions? And I'm gonna tell you something, man. I could just say it now, man. I think really, man, and I hate to say this, man. I really hate to say this, but I'm an Eagles fan, and I try to keep it 100. I try to keep it, real and all that stuff. I'm very concerned at this point. You know why? Because of the fact that from a mental standpoint, I don't think this team is capable of handling like things like this. Case in point, last year when we was faced with adversity, like we really like spiraled out of control and it was just a mess. It was like the worst thing that could happen every single week with this team. And then that's when everyone started questioning Sirianni. Everyone started questioning Jalen's leadership and why he's not doing this, why he's not doing that. Everyone's looking at every single thing that's going on the sideline. That's the situation that we're in right now. And I hate to say it, and we're going into the last, I don't want to say the last biggest game, but the biggest game that's on the back end of the schedule as of right now, with the
Mhm.
next few games that we have. And it's the wrong time for that because of the fact that I'm just going off of what we know and what we've seen in the past where this team isn't like mentally strong as far as blocking out the media or dealing with situations like this. And I was feeling before Carolina game and before all those comments came out, I was feeling pretty good about the team. Like, yo, like we really got a shot. Like things are actually, pointing in the right direction. We keep, elevating our game and stuff like that. And then now, we had obviously the gameplay out. So I kind of took that as, Carolina, like we just mentioned. But the thing that we haven't had to deal with, which was the major thing last year, was soon as media distractions got involved with Jalen and AJ or just whatever, or Coach Sirianni or whatever it was, everything started questioning every single thing. Why are you going for it on fourth down? What's going on with the tush push? This, that. Every single thing became an issue. And it's like, including the coach, like they pay too much attention to outside noise. And it's like, bro, like you guys are winning. You're doing well. Are there things that you could clean up and tighten up? Of course. Every team has that. You know what I mean? But to air out the dirty laundry or like you said, the pillow talk or things that could have been said behind closed doors on, Monday or Tuesday's meeting, wherever they have they film day, like, hey, listen, like, we got way too much talent on the receivers that we need to get them involved a little sooner, whatever the case may be. But like for it to happen and unfold the way it happened, it just speaks to again, like all the great teams like the KCs and you got the old New England Patriots where you don't see or hear none of that stuff come out. It's all,
Right.
kept in house. Everyone kind of like talks about it amongst themselves and they just work on, whatever needs to work on. There's a lot of different things that work against your opponent. And you know what I mean? Like I don't know if the game plan was, hey, we're gonna run because they, have a tough time with the run game, so that's what it is. And then immediately after is like, and then even when AJ said passing, like he was stating what everybody was thinking about anyway. You know what I mean? Like obviously the
Mhm.
passing could have gotten better, on, as a team. But as soon as he said that, it was just like open season. It was like, oh, him
Yep.
and Jalen got hurt,
Hey,
his
let's
problems,
go.
this and this and that.
Right.
Now,
See, did you
the
see his
last
face on the
time this
sideline?
happened, yeah, the last time this happened, which is gonna happen on Sunday, every single after every single drive and they go back to the sideline, they're gonna have the cameras on them looking at their body language and trying to get
Yep.
like create some type of story. And that's what I'm afraid of with this team because of the fact that with what we saw, last year and even before last year, you'll see little things kind of like pop up where they just can't like move on from it right away. You know what I mean? So that's
Mhm.
going to be something that I pay very close attention to this week. And furthermore, like you have Coach Tomlin coming in. And I'm telling you right now, they're going to make us beat them through the air. They're going to
Yeah.
do every single thing possible to shut down the run.
Stop.
They're
Saquon.
going to
Yep.
throw pressure. They're going to throw run blitzes. They're going to That's now it's going to be now it's just like, all right, they're already they're already in a situation where there's reports coming out as today that I saw Kellen Moore is going to be looking to get AJ Brown more involved. You know what I mean? Or more involved in the passing game. So you already have a team that has this mental, note in their head like, all right, we need to be better at the passing. So now I feel like they're gonna be kind of pressing the issue, trying to pass. You know what I mean? Now you
Mhm.
have a defensive genius and coach and Tomlin where he's gonna come in and just say, "Listen, man, I'm not y'all can win the game, but you won't have to beat us through the air. I'm gonna do everything I can to shut down the run. They got the tools up front with T.J. Watt and a lot linebackers. They got the what's his name from Baltimore, the linebacker that Baltimore gave up,
Queen,
Raekwon Smith. Oh, Queen. Yeah,
Queen.
I don't know why I said it was Raekwon Smith. Raekwon, but yeah, Patrick Queen came from Baltimore. He's the linebacker. They got the guys to play the run. You know what I mean? So
Yep.
now I'm feeling like they just going to say, look, man, with all the issues y'all got passing, y'all going to have to prove to us that y'all can pass. You know what I mean? So it's going to be
Now,
very interesting this week, man. And it's too much stuff for me to kind of like be naive and have on the Eagles glasses and say, man, I think we good. Like I'm concerned to say
I
the
got
least.
you, and I understand. And last year didn't help. You know, what I mean, going by
Right,
what we went through last year did not help when it comes to feeling that way because this is around the same time period when the collapse kind of happened. Now, me personally, I think that there's a lot of major differences between this team and last year, so that would not happen. I think we're discounting, or a lot of people is discounting the. I want to say the leadership of Saquon, the ability to bring everybody together the way he has this year. I mean, heck,
right,
Saquon managed to get Jalen to smile on the field. Jalen was smiling at him when he ran that touchdown in. I've never seen Jalen smile on the field ever, and
right,
unless it was like a celebration or something like that. Like he was smiling. I, that's when I thought it was like, this team is different. So I'm hoping that that leadership is still going to be there. That's one. Two, the leadership of what they have on defense. I don't
right.
I
The
don't think
defense
that we
definitely
can
is different.
dismiss right. I don't think we can dismiss exactly the importance of what that defense brings. Now, you're right. Tomlin is going to be no, like you got to beat us through the air and what have you. But the last time he said that, AJ had 3 touchdowns and he by himself almost destroyed the whole entire secondary. But that's a different conversation.
Right,
We're going to have to go ahead and see that again, and I think that's going to possibly happen because everybody wants to shut down Saquon, so he's nowhere near Eric Dickerson's record. So we already know we're going to see everybody's defensive best when it comes to running the ball. We already know that. But Jalen, it's time for him to I'm not going to say unleash, but it's time for him to get past the conservativeness that he may have and think that he's going to throw a pick. No, when we made it to the championship game, when we made it to the Super Bowl, it was when Jalen said, "You know what? I have to trust my receivers. I have to trust my tight ends. I got to give them a chance and just give them the ball. Just give them the ball by any means necessary. No matter if they cover, no matter what it looks like, just give them a chance to give them the ball. And maybe this might be the game that will open that back up again because he has no choice but to. And you know what? A lot of times there, there will never be, a fixing of an issue if the issue is never brought up to the surface to say that is an issue. Hopefully that makes sense. You know what I mean? And now that they're showing that there's an issue, now you got to work on that issue, get it worked on, and go ahead and get it on from there. Because now this is the time that it's time for them to go ahead and like really crunch down on everything and go ahead and take off. So that's what I'm hoping.
right. I mean, I totally agree, man. But I mean, here's the thing, man. If I told you just run the ball and we on a winning streak, like you just gonna run the ball. Like it's that simple. Like, you know what I mean? Now, what I would agree with is that when we're in the playoffs, that may not necessarily work. You know what I mean? Where you have to have two facets of the game where you're passing and running the ball and having a good mix and taking what's being given to you. So I do agree with that, because I hear a lot of people like, oh, we need to pass more, we need to pass more. These are the same people that were saying run the ball. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So my thing is, I do agree. If when we're making a playoff run, we need to be capable of switching up and making those adjustments depending on how the defense is playing you. But at the same time, it's like if something's like not broke, don't fix it. Like if you're winning games, you know what I mean? So my thing is
Hmm.
during the playoffs, as long as we don't get comfortable enough or naive enough to just become one dimensional. And that's what kind of like seemed like happened on Sunday, where I feel like, and I agree, like you have to pass and have a good balance because it's like a repetition thing where as far as like, getting in the groove and getting the guys going and stuff like that, it's like you want to keep running, and then it's like, oh, damn, we need to pass now. And it's like, oh, now I gotta, as a receiver, I need to, beat my man on this route, and Jalen needs to be, confident enough to make this throw because
Hmm.
he hasn't been throwing. You know what I mean? So those are the type of things that come into play when you're sitting there making sure, just becoming one dimensional. Which that ain't the case. I don't think it is. It's just more so like playing to your strengths. If I say if you run the ball, you got, 80-90% chance of winning. If you start passing, now you know what I mean. If they can pick the ball, you can make bad decisions. You back there taking unnecessary sacks. Now you really
Hmm.
can't run the ball because you just took a sack, and and 12 and third and 12 or whatever the down is. Second and 18, second and 15, whatever it is. And now it's like now you really can't run because you need to try to convert a first down. So
Right.
those are the things that is like a double-edged sword where you're like, all right, I know you're asking us to pass, but along with that, there comes a lot of things that present themselves, and those are the type of things. It's like what happened in all these games that where Jalen Hurts would be back there, hold on to the ball too long, try to make time, is because they were passing. You know what I mean? And then
Hmm.
now what happens? Strip sack fumbles, or there he's running
Yep.
with the ball, taking unnecessary sacks. Now, when that happens, is either a turnover or you're gonna be, long in distance. You know what I mean? So those
Yep.
are the things where like everyone that was complaining about it before would run the ball. I hate it when it happens at like second and two. And I get it. Like, it's like, hey, we got an extra down and we got the tush push in our back pocket if we still
Hmm.
need to, convert on on short yardage. But when you go back on second and two and you get sacked, now it becomes a third and seven. Now you
Yes.
have to pass. You know what I mean? So now it's like second and two. I'm looking at Saquon. I'm like, this is the easiest thing. yo, just yo, halfback delay, whatever it is, like whatever halfback blast, whatever running play you want to call on second and two, I think is highly probable that this man's gonna get it. But you got, for whatever reason, they're like, no, we got to pass to AJ. We got to get them involved. I'm like, listen, I totally agree, but it's strength versus strength. The two biggest strengths right now on this team is the O line and the running back. So it's like
Yes.
my best versus your best. I'm taking that all day. You know what I mean? Because of those things that I just mentioned. So it's like to me, it's kind of funny. Like honestly, I'm like, bro, like, are you serious? Everyone's complaining now that we're not passing. Oh, okay. These are the same
Yep.
people. I'm yelling at the screen. Second and two, run.
Run the
Third
ball.
and two, run.
Run.
It's like, I get it. Like, you don't want to come super predictable, but at the same time, if they can't stop it, they can't stop it.
Exactly. Exactly. and especially when you got a weapon like Saquon. And you're right, these people. God, I love my Eagles fans because they drive me absolutely batty. Uh, it's like it's not one thing; it's another. Let Saquon make that record. Let Saquon take that record from Eric Dickerson. The same ones that saying we need to be passing the ball like crazy. They the same ones who like Saquon is the number one running back of all time. Oh my god! Shut up! Shut up!
All right.
Shut up!
Well, Atlanta game. Not to bring it
Oh,
up.
there you go.
Screenplay. Saquon. Pass. Drop pass.
Drop. Game over.
Lost the game. So those
Mhm.
are the type of things where I'm like, yo, I get it. I get what everyone's saying. And I get that obviously when he needs to make passes, he needs to be capable of making those plays. But man, like for it to like for us to be talking about this with the record that this team has, the
Yes.
greatness of the running back and the O line, it's like, bro, like, why are you trying to become someone you're not? You know what I mean? It's
Mhm.
like it's like another athlete. It's like, yo, he's super strong, but he's not fast. All right, just try to get him to beat his man and run, run a finesse play to that requires speed to get the best advantage on that play. No, just hand him off, give him the ball, and he's gonna run right through him. Like it's just
Right.
weird to me that we're at this point and everyone's like kind of making a big deal about it. You know what I mean? Like I said, my thing is my concern is just that. It's just the distraction where like we seen it where Jalen Hurts is just sitting there with the coat. It's wintertime, he has the hood, or he's just sitting there looking like this blank stare and shutting everyone down. The coach is just sitting there like not knowing what to do. If I'm the coach or coaching, part of the coaching staff, I'm like, listen, our identity as a team is a running team. Our O line is great at blocking. Is great at blocking schemes or whatever it is. I'm living and dying by that. Now I totally agree that hey, when we are faced with it happens. He gets stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Now we're in 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6. Now that's when he needs to be capable of hitting someone on a slant. You know what I mean, or whatever
Right.
that play is. But I'm not changing nothing. Like with the winning streak we got is because of the run. Like I'm running. I'm running the ball. I'm running the ball. Like you could call me crazy, but all I know is we keep winning when we run the ball and control the clock. And that's the other thing too, where a lot of people are like forgetting. When you start passing, getting pass happy, it slows down the game. The clock
Yes.
stops. Now the
Yep.
other team has more opportunities. Now you're giving them more opportunities to be on the field, and now you're playing to that team's strengths. If they don't have a Saquon on that side, you're giving them the ball back more, and they have the
Yep.
ability to score a lot more because you want to switch your identity and start passing and try to figure out, to make everyone happy or whatever the case may be. It's like, no, I'm running the ball, I'm killing the clock, I'm controlling the line of scrimmage because I have a great offensive line. My defense is good enough that is going to keep them under 20 points or less than that. You know what I mean? So it's like, why are we even like entertaining this stuff? It's like when it calls for it, he needs to be able to make these passes and make these plays. But other than that, we're sticking to our identity. We have an MVP candidate in the running back. We have a great offensive line. I'm running the ball. Period. Like,
Exactly.
there's no question.
And right now, this is not the time for us to be guessing what our identity or how we should actually be, because right now, all the top teams that's in the league right now, and doing well, has all showed flaws within the last like 4 weeks. Every single one of them. KC don't look dominant. The team that we blew out just went ahead and just beat the Bills. Um, Detroit don't look dominant. I don't care what nobody say. Maybe it's just the Eagles glasses that I have on, but I promise you, they don't look all that dangerous to me. they look like they can be beat, especially and if they're here, they can be beat. All these teams, all these top-notch teams, they're all showing their little colors and they're showing their flaws right now. This is not the time for any kind of distractions or stupidity to kind of slow down this team. They need to hold on to that momentum, keep it moving, so they can go ahead and do what they have to do. Because now I see Tinks and a whole bunch of armor, and now all of a sudden this week, after a win, we see a Tink in our armor, and I don't understand.
Man, it's something that, like I said, I'm not concerned about anything else except the fact of how they're going to deal with this from a mental standpoint, because of just what we've witnessed in the past, and what specifically too, because of how the coach handles it. You know what I mean? Like, we had outbursts on the sidelines and different stuff. Like, like I could seriously see him taking this and like, yeah, we really need to get AJ going. We really need to get passing again. And you like, it's like you kind of
Feed
like,
into it.
yeah, like you're letting the outside noise influence you constantly, and then it's like,
Yeah,
he's like, he wants to get pass happy to turn around and tell a fan like, look, we just passed. Like, shut up, dude. Like, just keep it simple, stupid. What
yep.
was the other one? Don't complicate cornflakes. Like, bro, just
Wow, that's
run the
cool.
ball, bro. Run the ball. Just, you know what I mean? It's like, yo, just make sure when you call these passing plays, they're the passing plays that play to the strength of, Jalen converting those plays. That's as simple as I could kind of like, if I'm this team and I'm sitting here and I'm like, all right, what are the best passing plays that you feel most comfortable converting between you and AJ, or you and Devontae, or the tight end because Goddard's out. So you got, it's like, all right, so those are the top 10 passing plays that you feel very comfortable in making. All right, install those on the offense. Other than that, I'm running the ball. That's it. Now, if it's 3rd and 5, all right, you're gonna have to make that slant play, whatever curl, whatever play it is, you know what I mean, out route, whatever it is, whatever you feel comfortable. That's what we're calling. But other than that, it's like, yo, we on a crazy winning streak. Stop. Just stop.
Stop,
Please stop.
stop,
Stop.
stop. Get it together.
And it's like,
Hug
AJ,
each other.
like, yo, AJ, I get it. You trying to eat, you know what I mean? Like, we know what you can do. Nobody's sitting here critiquing you, or, you know what I mean? Like, it's like he almost needs to feed his ego or something. And I don't even
Man,
think he was saying it like that as far as from a selfish standpoint. It was
right.
just more so he was just calling a spade a spade, like,
Like,
hey,
yo,
what do you think we
pass,
need for passing? And
pass.
they're, oh,
Oh,
he
yeah.
AJ's upset. He's not getting targeted.
Yo, and I was sitting here tech, and I was talking to somebody today at work, and there was like, like, no, now AJ and Jalen beefing, and I'm like, hold on. Jalen Hurts is AJ Brown's daughter's godfather.
Right.
Regardless of what it looks like on the field or what have you, they're going to be good. Even if they may not be talking to each other as tight as they are at the moment, they're going to be good. That relationship is going to be intact. I ain't even worrying about that. It's just the business point of view, and then the fact that Brandon went ahead and said what he said that make it seem like it's even bigger than what it is. No, just last week, both Jalen and AJ was dancing on the field after a score. Like,
Yep. With the Kelly's green
chill.
jerseys. Yep.
Ex- just chill, man. Just chill. They're good. Trust me, they're good. So, don't make this thing bigger than what it really, really is. And that's what people are doing. And that's what drives me crazy. Stop looking for a negative and just stay on the fact that they're winning games.
I think it was
Damn.
just him being more frustrated that the game came that close
Yeah.
when we should have won easily. Like, we was 14 points favorites. You know what I mean?
Mm,
So it's like they
trap
were
game.
just frustrated with themselves because they turned in a bad game, and they know
Mhm.
that kind of like the weak link of the game was the passing game, and it is what it is. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like, come on,
Mhm.
let's go. Like,
Mm,
just stop the nonsense. You know, we're your
just
running
stop.
team. We'll get, we'll get better and make those passes that we need to make. And then the other thing too, Devontae Smith just came back off injury, so he wasn't,
Exactly.
like his
Yeah,
self. Like
exactly.
he ended up
He
scoring and
wanted
stuff like
Smitty.
that, but yeah, he was a little gingerly out there as well. So it's
Yeah.
like you didn't have 100%. Goddard. We got someone that stepped in. That's I forget the guy's name. I know it starts with a
Cockatera.
C.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Cockatera.
you could say it. But
Yeah.
he's playing great as well.
Yes.
He caught a touchdown. But my thing is like, come on, man, like chill.
Just
Like just
chill.
chill.
Just chill. Just chill. So with that being said, in the chilling aspect, last question of the day before we get ready to shut this down. Eagles versus Pittsburgh. Who do you got?
Oh man. I hate to say this, man, but hell no, we gonna win this damn game, man. I'm
Yes,
gonna
sir.
have faith in the boys. Listen, like I'm hoping this team proves me wrong. Listen, we gonna get over the last obstacle as far as facing adversity, and I'm hoping we could pull it off and come out victorious because it would really say a lot about this team. I think this game is the most important game of the season because of everything that just happened, of everything that we're up against. In hindsight, like that was the only thing that I was gonna say with BG coming out and all that stuff, and because like the way we played last week, like they really need to turn in a very very good game this week from a game planning standpoint, from a coaching standpoint, from an individual standpoint with Jalen, AJ, and kind of like going through their whole thing. And I'm hoping that my concerns of worrying about this team having that mental block and having that mental adversity that they haven't dealt with good in the past kind of is not a factor this week. And we pull off the victory. And man, I think it's going to be a low scoring game. I want to
Yeah.
say like 27. I'm going to go 20. Let's go 23-17.
Oh
And we
wow.
pull
Okay.
off the
Decent.
victory, man. Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm in the between 24 to 30 points for the Eagles. I really think, in all honesty, I don't think it's going to be a simple game. When it comes to the Eagles winning this game, I think it's going to be some trials in this game. But I see the Eagles really actually doing well, and I don't see Pittsburgh scoring over 20 points. So
Nah,
I
especially if
see
Pickens doesn't play. He's so far he's doubtful.
right.
So that's
So
actually gonna help. But I mean,
what
I'm hoping that mental block, man. That's my only concern, man.
my only connection that I have of like not concern is our defense. And I think one of the best things that happened to them is that they had to play against a Bryce Young, that had to play against a Lamar Jackson. So therefore, what's a Russell Wilson right now when it comes to him running?
He
He's not
threw
Lamar. He's
400
not
though
Bryce.
last couple weeks
Yeah,
ago.
yeah, yes, he did. And Lamar threw for 300 some yards too, and we didn't see that either. So I have faith in this defense. I'm hoping it's going to be it's going to be a good game regardless, because every time we play Pittsburgh is always a good game. But I really think it's going to be like Eagles 30. I can see Pittsburgh 21.
All right, man,
Yeah,
lock
so
it in.
30-21. Yeah,
23-17 for me.
there you go. So we definitely going to see. Hey guys, what do y'all guys think? What do y'all guys think the score is going to be? And with the whole entire drama and everything that's going on like this past week when it comes to the Eagles, hey, let us know in the comments below. As always, we want to thank y'all guys so much. Do not forget, let me go ahead and do this right. Don't forget to, let me find it. There it is. To like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Do that. We definitely need every single one of y'all. Until next time, hey, Bird Gang, you got anything else you want to say, man?
Nah, just in addition to that, like I always say, please share on your story, share on your Instagram, Facebook, whatever platform you're on. Please make sure you shout out GNT Sports Talk. And as always, Bird Gang checking out. Until next week, let's get it.
Love y'all people. Be easy. Peace. I was going to do anything.
You